Hi, I'm Jack. We're going to do our first inspections of the year, so come join me in the hive. Okay, so we're going to inspect hive number 1 first. This hive was a daughter of the original swarm that I caught in my garden in 2022. This is actually the hive that queen was living in, but she swarmed or was superseded towards the end of the year last year. So like I say, this is one of her daughters in here. And let's see how we're getting on. This is probably the least active colony in terms of what we've got going on at the front, but there's still plenty of bees coming and going. They're bringing in pollen, so now's the time to check. Last year we had them making swarm preparations really quite early on in the year, so what we're looking for in this inspection is to see whether there's any space in here for the queen to continue to lay, whether they've got enough food, or whether we might need to give them a feed. If they are getting full up, whether we need to pop a super on there as well. Looking nice. There you go. Find a spot for that. Whoa. Yeah, that looks beautiful. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 seams of bees solid there. They're quite interested in me. Usually not letting the smoker go out, so I'm going to just give these a little puff just to let them know I'm here. It's been a while. And it's the 19th of March today. This is the first inspection of the year. It's reasonably warm, so I think they're going to be happy. But next week it's going to be getting a bit cooler, so I think it's now or never really with this inspection. Whoa! Big, heavy frame of honey. Lovely. So it doesn't look like we need to feed them. A little bit of fresh nectar coming in just around the edges as well, uncapped, which is a really good sign. That's another frame of stores, capped on both sides. Lovely. And she should be a marked red queen in here. Keep an eye out for her. Well, there's another heavy frame, so lots of honey capped and lots of fresh nectar in there as well. And you can see that there. You've got some significant amounts of nectar in there, along with lots of different types of pollen. So these guys have got ample food supplies, which is good news for them. Certainly not going to need any feeding over the next week or two. Means they've got plenty to raise their brood from. This is like a lighter frame. There we go. So that's a frame of nearly all pollen there. And honey and pollen on that side. So again, lots and lots of stores. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 frames of stores there without a single bit of brood. I'm hoping in these middle two, they just seem to be a little bit further over to the left here, the brood nest. Hoping we may have some brood here. And we do. Excellent. We've got a couple of drone brood down the bottom there. And we have lots of small larvae in there. And fresh eggs. Every chance that the queen could be on any of these frames then. A little cup at the bottom there, but it's not charged. A little bit of a part of the brace comb really. I'll just nip that off. just so as not to encourage them with their swarming. You want to keep an eye out for drones in here as well, because we pulled a couple of frames at the weekend and we could see there was some drones on there, which means there's the potential for making splits soon. We need the drones to be out and flying in order to obviously be able to get a queen mated. Again, we've got brood in all stages there, quite a lot of caps which will all be coming out soon. Really good news. Still no sign of the queen on that one. I suspect she'll be in the bottom box, but this is a really lovely box full of bees. You can see some of the seams on the next, down in the brood box. It looks even fuller down there. So all of these colonies are on a brood and a half. They've been overwintered on a brood and a half. So it's really nice to see so much brood up the top here. And the bees are looking very healthy. I haven't seen any sign of any deformed wing virus or any other issues. Oh, he says. There's one here that's got really bad wings. And there's something going on here as well. Let's have a little look at this. I think that's probably just a little bit of wax moth that's gone through there. Get that up so that you can have a proper look in there. You'll see that little area there in the middle of your screen now. Just a little bit of white stuff, and a couple of the food frames there have been uncapped. The bees are still alive under there, so not sure what that's about. Still, yeah, overall still looking really healthy. That's good. Play cup at the bottom there, but these bees produce play cups all year round, all the time. It's looking out for the queen cells that are charged. It will indicate to us that they're preparing to swarm again on us. Wow, lovely frame of brood. Yeah, the brood nest is definitely a bit further over this way. Another queen play cup there. Nothing in it. We'll just remove that and discourage them. Excited them a little bit there. End up with my first sting if I carry on like that. Lovely. That's fabulous. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4 of stores, did we? And we've had 4 of brood now. Now whether this will get back to stores at this end, or whether we'll have some more brood, we will see. Oh, good mix. Lots of stores and honey around the outside. Brood in the middle. And just trying to see in these empty ones over here whether she's laid them up. No, she's got some space to lay in this frame on the end here, which is good news. That's what she needs at this time of year. And the next one is just some stores, so we'll leave that. Okay, let's put these back together. Lots of propolis in this colony, that's good. Okay, that's just an empty frame there. Lovely, so that's the top box of the brood and a half. We're going to go down to the next one and see if we can find the queen. Let's keep this smoker going. Little puff. Oh, fabulous. I've got a bit of brace comb here, which I'm just going to remove while I can. Whoops, a daisy. Lovely. There's some set honey under there. So again, you can see the broods nest well over to the left hand side on this one. That's alright, the bees will do what they want to do. The dummy board out. Lay that on top there. So last year I found with my one colony that we ended up with quite a number of frames of just food down here in the brood nest. I'm hoping isn't going to be the case again this year. Okay, so that is capped honey. There's lots of room in there, like that. Plenty of space. I'm not seeing too much fresh nectar down this bit. God, they really glued this one in place. Oh, and that is a heavy frame. I'm expecting to see lots of stores here. There is lots of stores, but also... Wow, yeah. It's a solid half a frame of honey. And then this side, it looks like a bit of fresh nectar and lots of space. I need to clean all that out if they want the queen to lay in there, but it looks almost like that's what they've been using down there. Not really necessarily keeping an eye out for the queen. I've seen eggs already. I know that there must be a queen in here. She's not a drone layout. We've seen lots of nice worker broods, so very happy with that. Yeah, again, plenty of space down here. We've got stores, we've got pollen, we've got honey. And then we have lots of empty cells, which is perfect. I'll give her the opportunity to really build up over the next few weeks. She's got space to lay. It means they're less likely to think about swarming. We'll give these a little puff. Not too much. Right, what have we got here? Well, these are real dark combs. You can tell this is the original hive. Well, that's a frame of pollen. More pollen on this side, and again lots of space, which is good. Can't see any eggs in there. She's got a real preference for laying up this left hand side. We've got lots of stores on my right hand side here, and then much more of the brood on the left hand side, as was the case with the top one as well. And this feels a lot lighter. No stores on this one. And we've got a bit of pollen. With a dodgy frame, this one. But we've got some eggs on this side. So yeah, good news. Any sign of the queen? I'd be expecting to see her on this one or the next couple of frames. No sign on there. The smoker's getting going again now. They're very calm, these bees. It's not super warm, it's about 14 degrees I think today, which technically probably should be waiting until it's 15, but I was getting a bit worried about this lot. That's great, we've got brood in all stages there. Lots ready to emerge, which will mean a big boost for the colony numbers. Let's have a look around the outsides here. Yep, and she's laying up the empty cells. Looking nice. Just a few more frames to go. Are we going to see the queen? God, the propolis on this, these are really glued in. Go. Yeah, there's some older brood ready to emerge. Really nice dark colour there. Well, it'd be lovely to see the queen, but I haven't done yet. Let me just have a little look and see how many frames of brood we've got here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's going to be 6 frames of brood down here. And similar at the top, wasn't it? Oh, they're getting aggy. Maybe the queen's on this one. There she is. And you can spot her on there. Hopefully that will focus for you. Yeah. I can't see her in the thing, but the queen is on this frame. She's looking very nice. Really nice light colour queen, this one. And she's doing beautifully. Keep on going, my gal. Don't swarm. Happy that these guys have got space to lay in at least for the next week or so. We'll wait till it warms. It's supposed to be getting colder next week, so I think I'll wait until we get through that spell before I think about. Yeah, there we go. So there's a whole frame that's empty, ready for her to lay up. Bit of pollen on that side, and then another empty frame on the outside there. So that's looking brilliant. Very happy with them. Whew, not happy with this smoke in my face though. Alright, let's get these back together and we'll have a look at hive number 2. Good work, girls. Good overwintering. So just in terms of what we did with the hives over the winter, we've been feeding them fondant. I say we had a look, we pulled a couple of frames out just from the top and the stores on the weekend when we were deciding whether to feed them or not, and we discovered that they've got lots of honey, lots of food in here, so there's no need for any additional feed at the moment. They're probably not going to get through a full pack. There's a little bit of nectar coming in, but not a lot. That will certainly improve over the next week or two, hopefully. Okay, just smoke them away from the edge. Get them to go down. Crown board back on. We'll see you in a couple of weeks' time, I reckon, girls. It's nice to see it's dry here. When we looked, I looked in here a couple of weeks ago just to check on the feed. It was really wet underneath the roof. And I changed the roof round, came back the following week and it was still really wet. So I think it might have been the super that I had on. So I swapped that at the weekend and now it seems to be dry. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I'll have another look at that super and see if there's a channel or something that we missed. So if I move you around here, in front of the hive, let's have a look, see how hive 2 are doing. There you go, you can see the fondant, there's a few bees that we've got around the edge of it. Wow, there's a lot of bees in the fondant. They are enjoying that. Let's see what supplies they've got. Let's see what numbers they've got. More importantly, check that they've got a laying queen. Okay. So a very busy hive, lots of bees in there. Pull one out from this side. Wow. Yeah, this is the frame we pulled at the weekend, I think. Absolutely full of fresh nectar. Nothing on that side, but that side is full. So that's lovely. It's good to know that we've got a nectar flow on, that food is coming into the hive, and that will stimulate them to start really building up now. So this colony was one that we rescued. And you'll see the frames were cut out and elastic banded back in. Again, lots and lots of fresh nectar on this one. It's looking really nice. And that side. Yeah, this colony was one that we rescued from, they'd moved into a reclining chair that had been left out in someone's garden. We'll put the video up sometime this year. But they were really quite strong, but obviously we kind of messed around with them really quite late on in the year last year. And we banded them in, but they built all of this. Wow, that's a solid frame of honey and other stores. That's lovely, just what we want. I'm not sure there's any need to be feeding them fondant really, but it's always better safe than sorry, especially this time of the year as numbers start to build up. It's easy for a colony to starve. Again, solid frame of stores, honey and pollen. This one's a bit lighter. There we go, we've got a bit of brood. Grubs in there. And eggs in the empty cells that have just emerged. And a bit of emerging brood as well. About this side. Oh, solid with grubs. Absolutely solid with grubs, that's lovely. A couple of weeks time. Big explosion in the population, hopefully. Getting a bit more flighty now. So it's the first inspection of the year, so they're not used to having me poking around in there. Now coming up a bit more in my face now, which is fair enough. They don't know what I'm up to, do they? Oh, beautiful, loads of eggs. Loads of stores and a bit of loads of pollen. Yeah, that is looking great. Another play cup at the bottom there. I mean, there's nothing in it, but again, it's something that these bees seem to do a lot of. Well, these are actually slightly different genetics, unless it was a swarm from one of my hives. Oh, and back to stores. Lots of fresh nectar on the outsides of this. And some space to lay at the bottom, which is good. Loads of cups. Nothing in them, which is what we want to worry about. They're going to swarm and they'll need to put something in there. So for now, they're okay. Yeah, crikey. Lots of stores. I don't think there's much point in going through these end ones here, other than just to confirm that they've got a lot of honey in there. This is not a colony that's likely to starve any time over the next month or so. We didn't take any honey off this lot last year, so we left them with whatever they managed to make. But it's good that they've got some. Bodes well for this year, given that they've got all of this left at the end of a cold winter. It's interesting here. We've got some what looks like kind of white pollen, and it may well be. I just wonder whether there's a possibility that they're even pulling some of this fondant down and storing that. I'm not sure if that's something they do. And then finally, on the outside here, we have a lovely empty frame. Now, I am tempted. No, leave it where it is. Let the bees do what they want to do. And so I'm tempted to put that in the middle of the brood nest just to give her a bit more space and encouragement to start laying up. But I'm going to try to just let the bees do what they want to do and provide them with the space to move things around this year rather than messing around with them too much and moving frames around and all of that. Yeah. So only, was it 3 frames of brood up the top here for this lot? Plenty of stores. Alright, well, sorry girls, we're going to go right down, see if we can find your queen this time. Now last year she was a bit of a difficult one to find. Some queens you kind of see on every inspection and they're wandering around in the middle of frames, but this one was sort of every other inspection, sometimes 2 or 3 inspections in a row without spotting her. So let's see if she's a... Oh wow, that is a box full of bees. Hopefully you can see that. That is looking excellent. I'll put you down a little bit further. There we go. Yeah, right way across this one. It's a nice empty frame. Yeah, the rest of these certainly are not empty. I suspect this one will be stores. Ooh, it doesn't feel like it. So lots of empty cells at the bottom there. And yeah, they've got some stores, but mostly pollen in this one. A bit of the fresh nectar bee bread. That'll do me. Oh, there's a drone. If you can see him at the bottom there, you've got a drone wandering about, which is a good sign for getting queens mated soon. Let's say there's one. I sort of stopped looking out for them, but I think that's the first one I've seen. First one that's jumped out at me. Whoops-a-daisy, that'll upset them. Let's just give them a little puff, just to send them down. So many bees in this box, that is excellent. Another light frame, I'm expecting to see some brood here. Oh, I spotted the queen. Hopefully you can see her on there. Oh yeah, I can see her on the screen. There we go. So yeah, like I say, this is the queen that we got from the from a colony that we cut out of an old chair in someone's garden. And she is looking excellent. Really nice fat queen. And there are lots of eggs on that frame, so that's great. That's third frame in. She's obviously working her way out, laying those up. Let's see what we've got here. Wow, this is a whole frame of eggs. Yeah, so I think she's a bit further behind some of the, well, certainly behind this number 3. Let's see whether there's not so much sealed or emerging brood in this colony, but so many eggs. Maybe they've had a batch emerge because there's a lot of bees as well. Ah, here we go. Yeah, so we've got some sealed brood on that one, and a lot of sealed brood on this side. That's excellent. Beautiful. You see what I mean with these combs? They're a bit wonky, and that one's trying to fall out, so I better be careful here. Because they're unwired, and we elastic banded in the wild comb from the wild colony that we cut out. So I think that might be one of the reasons this lot are also a bit easy to upset. We messed with them a lot. Yeah, there you are. That is another fabulous frame of pure brood, both sides. Really like that. That's all ready to emerge. So we found it. So up this end, it's all eggs. Oh, sorry girls, I dropped that one a bit. Gave you a bit of a tap there, didn't I? Two fabulous frames of emerged brood there. I can see we've got some drone brood on here, which again, just really good sign that we'll be able to do some splits and get some queens mated. Wow. Whew. Look at that. What a frame. All sealed brood. Virtually all sealed brood. That looks absolutely beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. Well done, girl. Oh my word, there's another. Beautiful stuff. Oh, and there's my first sting of the year. Allow me to just pop this down. Get off me. Oh. There we go, got the stinger out. Right on the thumb. Woo. Let's just get those pheromones off for a second. That was my fault for dropping that last frame in there a bit too quick. Well, I don't think there's anything we can do now that's going to be particularly helpful for this colony. I think we can see there's another frame of brood and then a couple of frames of stores. They're looking great. I think these ones we probably could, because I think they're going to explode over the next week or two. I think these guys we probably could give them a super. Woohoo! Yeah, they've definitely turned this lot. Woohoo! Yeah, they're definitely not as nice as the original bees, these ones. You can see they're up at me. Okie dokie. Well done, girls. There you go, look. You settle down now. You're all sealed up. Yeah, we'll see how this girl does for honey, but I don't think at this stage, the number of stings I've taken from this colony, going by last year as well, I think they might be a little bit stroppier than the other line that we've got. But we'll give them a season to see. All right, well, last one to go. And it's the big one. Oh, they're desperate to sting me on the face, these ones. Look at you. Don't do that, mate. Oh, I haven't taken a sting. I think I might just do the smoker. I'll stop that video there and we can start afresh with the next one. Okay. Hopefully you can still hear me. I'm going into the third hive. Now these are the ones that we've already put a super on just a few days ago because activity levels must have been 3-4 times as much as the other hives. These guys have really come through the winter strong. And you can see fondants on there. The bees are not in there. Well, there's a few of them. Nothing compared to the others. So let's see what we've got. Have they come up into this super at all yet? Hopefully they're coming and cleaning it up. Some of the frames were drawn but damaged. Bashed about in the freezer, etc. So I'm hoping that they might have started to repair some of those. No, it's empty. There are no bees in there. That's interesting. So they came up and had a look, but they've left it. So it might be restricting their ability to take any feed. So we've got the queen excluder on there. Let's get that up. And yeah, the reasoning behind putting the super on there was because we had early swarms last year. And I was keen just to make sure that if anything we provided too much space rather than not enough. Cool. We've got a lot of frames in this one. Okay, I think we need a dummy board in there. Wow. Huh. That's a lovely frame there. We've got nectar, nectar, nectar. Absolutely stacks of it. So I think what I'm going to do is remove that from that one. Pop it in the super. That is exactly what we want to see up here. Just double checking that the queen isn't on here, because I certainly don't want to be putting her above the queen excluder. No, I wouldn't expect her to be there. Okay, next frame. Oh, feels like more nectar or honey. It looks like fresh nectar. Fresh nectar and lots of pollen. That's exactly what we want to see him pulling in. Really are absolutely rammed, these boxes. Every frame is covered on this one. Oh, here we go. 2 drones on this one. You can see those down there. Just let that focus. Got a couple of drones wandering around, which is, a good sign. Ah, more on this side. 1, 2, 3, I can see. 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the drone producing colony. And if these guys are producing lots of drones, this is exactly the kind of the colony that I would want drones mating with my queens from. So I think we'd be okay to make some splits now if we wanted. Because, oh wow, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drones on this one. One side, 9. That is a lot of drones. Fabulous news. Cool. This is another frame that's just full of honey, full of pollen, full of nectar. So that's 4 frames of stores up here so far. And here's some brood. So we've got some drone at the bottom there, drone brood coming out. Nice arc of honey and pollen, and then some capped brood in the middle there. Beautiful. Even more brood on this one. Some of it's starting to emerge. Have a look. Yeah, and the queen is laying up in there as well. We've got eggs. There's a beautiful queen in this one. She's quite dark compared to some of my other queens. Mostly they're very light, kind of buckfast-ish types. And these lot seem to be a bit of a friendlier bunch as well. I haven't used any smoke here at all yet, I think. Famous last words. He gets multiple stings. Whoa, yep. You can see that drone brood there again. Again, brood in all stages. And they are starting to ping off me a bit now. What's that about, eh? I'm here to help. There's a bit of comb in between the 2 boxes here. Seems to be mostly drone again. She's producing a lot of drones, this one, which is excellent. Again, lots of eggs. Brood and then eggs in all the empties. No sign of the queen yet. I suspect she'll be in the bottom. What a box of bees. What a double box of bees. This colony is absolutely huge for the middle of March. Yeah, lots of space. Well, I say space. Looks like she's laid nearly all of this up. That's excellent. A couple of big queen cups here. Now this is what we were worried about. So, there's no royal jelly in here, but both of those queen cups, I don't know if you'll be able to see on there, I'm hoping that will focus for you. Both of them have got eggs in. What does that mean? Swarm preps? Or is that just a mistake? Are they going to take those eggs out? Because there's no royal jelly in there. There's nothing in there to nourish those eggs. But That would indicate to me that these guys need keeping an eye on. Get some advice on that one, but I'm going to take both of those out for now. I just have to take a break there. The battery on the camera ran out, so let's continue our inspection. We've got a couple more left here. I suspect this one will be stores, and I suspect one on the outside will be stores or empty. We don't need to pull that one out. Wow, first inspection of the year. They can be really stuck in sometimes. Looks like there's quite a lot of brace comb at the bottom there. That's a really heavy one. Absolutely full of nectar. I'm just going to take some of this. Oh, no, I'm not going to leave it there. Too many bees to scrape. So many bees in here, it's hard to get these frames back together without squashing any of them. Certainly don't want to upset anyone. Which that certainly did. Now, just going to grab my dummy board here. So I've moved one of the frames of stores up to the super. They'll probably empty that and move it back down if that's what they want to do. That's up to them. Well, let's get this off and have a look in the brood box. See if we can find that queen. Wow, there we go. That's what we like to see. Nice heavy box on top. And an absolutely rammed box underneath. Look at that. Let's smoke them down a little bit. I want to scrape this brace off the top before I do anything, really. Come on, girls, out of the way. Not over smoke them, but oh, I can see we've squashed a few bees here. I think this colony can, of all of them, probably handle that. And this is mostly drone brood that they've put in between the frames here. Of course, we haven't been in there for a very long time now, so come on, guys, out of the way, out of the way. There we go. Alright, that is going to annoy them. I'll be heading for my second sting if I continue like this. Right. There should be a dummy board on the end here. Oh, dummy board that's absolutely covered in bees. I don't think I've ever seen that. Yeah, they're really slightly darker, these bees, than the other colonies that I've got. That is incredible. Look at all of those bees there. Put that to one side. Move my smoker over a little. I just want to see that the queen has got some space to lay in down here, because having seen those two eggs, I'm a bit worried she might be thinking about swarming already. Well, there's a bit of space in this one, but this is right on the outside of the brood nest. It's mostly pollen, as you would expect. We've certainly got plenty of foragers flying out from this particular hive. They've been really active at the entrance. Oh my word. Bees galore. Like I say, much darker on average, these bees. God, it's hard to see past all the bees. Bit of nectar in here, but it looks like some space to lay as well. They might be clearing it out from here, making her some room. There's lots of eggs down the bottom here in the middle as well. And again, a whole load more drones. Queen could be on this one. But if she is, I've missed her. What a lot of bees. Oh! Slab of brood. Some nice drone at the bottom there as well. Same this side. Absolute slab of capped brood. All ready to emerge over the next week or so. This is a really healthy colony. Oh, there we go. Another absolute slab of brood. Emerged. And some nice drone around the outside again. They're producing a lot of drones from this colony. I say it's not a bad thing. I don't mind at all if my other queens want to mate up with drones from this colony, because these have been my best performers in this apiary this year. Over the winter, should I say. They're a bit busier on the frames than some of the others. Wow, again, lots of capped brood, lots of emerging brood. That's the third frame of capped brood in a row. Absolutely stuffed. And then there was a frame of eggs before that, so good news for the future of this colony. They're really flying now. I've got my hand over the top there. Oh, that's a sting. Yeah, busy, busy, busy. Good girls. I know it's probably a little bit not ideal, is it? Really want me going through all of your hive at this time. You can see they were getting a bit flighty there. God, there's just so many bees in here. It's hard to get them to go down and stay down. I'm determined to finish this inspection because I am a bit concerned about those swarm cells. So if there's any of them are going to swarm, it will be this one. Woohoo! They are pinging me. You're not happy, are you, girls? That's why people use leather gloves now. If you want to avoid these things. Some people enjoy them. I'm not a fan myself. And there's the queen. Nice to have found her. Maybe that was why they were getting a bit upset. I think you can see her on there. I think I've got the right spot. Yeah, she is looking lovely. Look at all those frames of brood. Just don't swarm, girl. That's all I can say. No sign of any queen cells. Alright, we're nearly there. Just calm yourselves down. Hey? That one's heavy. Wow. Slab brood. It's heavy, really. I think because of the amount of drone brood they've built on the bottom of this one. Checking there's no swarm cells down there. Nothing I can see. I certainly don't think they'll be looking to supersede this one. So it looks like a really, oh wow, another frame of brood. This is incredible. A few drones stuck in there again. Alright, I think I'm going to leave it at that. We've only got one frame left. Let's have a look at it, shall we? I don't think I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to push my luck a bit more. And that's, as you would expect, a frame of stores on the edge. Wow, what a colony. Let's smoke them down again so I can get these frames pushed back in. Need something else to think about rather than having a go at me. Oof, what happened there? I must have rolled one. Look at this. Get this dummy board back in there, but this is incredible. The amount of bees on this dummy board when I took it out. Now all over on the crown board. Okie dokie. Give them their super back. Hopefully they'll cheer up a little bit. Oh, listen to that roar. Good girls. We're running out of smoke now. Try and smoke them down a bit before I put this on. Squash too many of them. That's it. Hopefully they'll start using this super now. I've got a dummy board I can put in there. Cool. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And the nummy board is just one too many, I think. Let's have that one out. That's very particularly poor, that one. Lost me a bit of wood. Go on, mate, you don't want to get stuck in the roof. There's no way back. Okay. Leave my high tools there for the next one. That is the first inspection of the year done. And I'm a happy, happy beekeeper. Despite the 2 stings. Happy, healthy colonies. There's space for the queen in there. I say a little bit concerned with the 2 cells that had eggs in, 2 queen cells with eggs, but they weren't charged. They didn't have any royal jelly in them, should I say. So I will have to consult on that one. Or we have to think about doing swarm management in March. But yeah, I think it's going to be a case of making sure we do go in there again next week and have a look. That'll be in time, hopefully before she's swarmed. Like I say, it's going to be quite cool next week as well, so I want to make sure they've got through that next week. But I don't think they won't swarm in the next week. They haven't got anything to swarm on, so hopefully we're alright. So, that is it. That's the first episode of In the Hive, first inspections of 2024. And follow and like and subscribe, and we'll show you how these bees develop over the coming year. Alright, cheers, take care, bye.